G'day and welcome to Aussie Vision. We're live here from the Gold Coast Convention and Exhibition Centre just after the jury show of Australia Decides. We're with Mike and Liv. Almost called you Kyriakos for a minute. Yes,
yeah.
Definitely not Kyriakos.
No.
Okay, we're just going to go through the songs that performed tonight and give some impressions that we have for each one and how they went in the jury show. Let's start with the first person who started the show. The act was G-Nation. What do we think of Bite Me, Mike?
I have to say with Bite Me, I thought a really highlight for them was their vocals. When all the girls sang together, big impact. I thought they were very good, and the juries would probably enjoy them.
Liv?
Yeah, I will say visually, I like the way that they just kind of use the whole stage as well. I mean, they have a striking presence. It's not often that we see 6 people on stage at Aussie Science dancing and singing together, so there was something very special there.
I like the when they first came out. There's really good impact. They look great. The outfits are fantastic. I think as the song goes on, it maybe runs out of steam, but it starts up here. So even running a little bit out of steam is still really good. So great opening act. Great way to start the show. Second up was Erica Padilla. Thank you, Liv. What do you think about Erica's performance?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I don't think she's had oodles of television experience, so she really nailed looking down the camera and giving us a good performance in that way, which was really good because I had question marks about that before, but no, she definitely proved herself. She hit the big vocals, they were there, and overall really nice.
Yeah, look, I'm going to concur with a lot of that. I will say fairly simple staging. It all does pretty much rely on Erica and that vocal. She carries it, and she carries it well, but it's a lot to carry. So a really good performance from a young up-and-coming artist.
Yeah, loved her outfit. I thought she looked fantastic. A great vocal. Maybe it just needed a bit more oomph, but her story is told really well leading up to it, which I think will help in the good old tally vote. Third up, who do we have? Someone remind me. Seann Miley Moore. How could we forget Seann Miley Moore and My Body? What did we think of this, Mike?
Yeah, look, very exuberant performance from Seann, for sure. It's very visually he's very visually captivating. For me, again, highlight here, vocal. He was fantastic with his vocals tonight and a really stood out for me.
Yeah, always good to have representation on stage, and I think my favourite part personally was I could just tell he was really enjoying being there. He was living for that moment, so it's always great to see an artist who's just loving the stage.
Yeah, he's making the most of it, and he does have a really good vocal moment, 2 minutes in, and he nails it. His vocal sounds really good. At times he doesn't sing some of the parts where he's dancing around a little bit, but yeah, good solid effort, definitely, for sure. Fourth up, we had Charley. Ooh, I suck at being lonely. Let's start with you, Liv, because I know you love this song.
I certainly bloody do. First of all, this outfit, oh my god, so beautiful. She is such a stunning woman, and her vocals are angelic. Absolutely loved it. I will say it's very standard staging, but she's worked with it, and she definitely gave some very intimate, soft vocals, but also with some really sort of raw, more powerful ones. I just enjoyed the whole performance basically.
Yeah, I agree. Very emotional performance as well. She was very emotional towards the end, so that really came through. For me, probably for the first third of the show, she is the strongest of the epics. She really does stand out, even though it is a quieter kind of ballad at times, but it does build, and she does really get that push in her. So it was excellent.
Yeah, I really like the end. She has a really nice vocal. She looks amazing. I agree, it's to stand out at the start. After 11 songs, I do think it might just leave some people's minds a little bit. I think it's a great performance, but when it comes to competition and votes and rankings and even jury, I think others might grab it. So that's my only worry, not with the performance. It was really good. Fifth place, fifth person up was Andrew Lambrou. Bit of a surprise, I thought. Mike, do you want to start with this one?
Yeah, I mean, we knew it was going to be sort of choreography and probably that more European style performance. They play around a lot with the camera perspectives and giving it a bit of variety that way. Plus good LED screen use as well with this one and with the dances. So certainly has its point of difference, and Andrew vocal again very good.
Yeah, I mean, it's always hard to convert EDM to a stage where it's actually not going to sound like the artist is getting completely washed out or the bass is too loud or whatever. I think it converted quite well. He's done certain things with the staging and the camera, going in and out and stuff to make it feel a bit like a video clip, which I think definitely works for this type of song. And overall, it lifted a bit for me.
Yeah, Leicester for me too. I thought it had good overall presence. I was really worried about the staging and how they'd do it. Great overall impression. I would like to see Andrew enjoy it more a bit and move a bit more. I think it's obviously he's not as maybe as experienced as other people, and I think he'll be better for the run. And I think this is going to be more telly vote anyway, so smash it out tomorrow. And he looks so good down that camera. Like the camera lens loves him. And a few Aussie Vision team members, I think, as well. All right, 6-1 up, Sheldon Riley. One of the big ones here. Mike, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, he is one of the big ones here, so I guess it was a lot of anticipation to see how this was going to be represented. There is a lot of, he's a visual performer, there is a lot of that happening. It's a fairly simple staging, but at the same token, they've gone for big drama and big moments, and he certainly had those moments.
For sure, and just generally, it's a very dark and moody staging, which is what we expected, and I've quite enjoyed that. You know, he gets the time to show off the vocals that he has, and I think he did a really solid job tonight for sure. And yeah, I like the big reveal at the end as well. I think it gives a nice intimate moment with the crowd.
Yeah, I think there was so much expectation. Like he'd even we're in the press center and it came on, everyone just stopped what they're doing, focus on every little part of it, and I think there's a lot of great impact visually, and it's really good. I think it's certainly no foregone conclusion. I think he did a really good performance tonight. I think he'll probably be better for the run again. I think he'll be even better tomorrow. But I wouldn't say he's the heavy runaway favourite as was coming into this beforehand. I think the field's got much closer together, which we kind of always thought was going to be the case.
Look, I will point out also, he did take out his in-ear piece pretty early in the performance. Maybe there was a technical issue there, so that maybe led to a bit of timing at the start. It was maybe a little bit off, but he certainly picked it back up again.
I love that. There's really this wonderful shot at the end when it pulls out. I don't want to say too much, but the camera stuff is really good. He's really emotive. You can hear that the emotion in his voice, and so I think he puts on still a really great live performance.
I will also say the first time we watched Montaigne in the press room, it was quite subdued. You know, whenever there's a song with a high expectation, I think generally we're paying attention to every tiny little thing. So definitely in the running most.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, for sure. Definitely. All right, next up we had, thank you, Paulini. Ooh, she's got some pipes. She did pretty good there. Mike, do you want to kick us off?
Well, we know she's one of the most experienced artists in this lineup, and I think it really showed tonight. She really smashed that performance. She knows her television tricks. She knows how to project down that camera. They've given her some movement and stuff on the stage. There's a lot going on at times. With a pretty simple concept, but it's executed very well, and I thought vocally she was excellent as well.
Yeah, I mean those sort of Melfest-esque little bits and pieces in there, which I truly did enjoy. And there's a huge note in there, and she just did it. She smashed it. It was amazing. Absolutely loved it, and the crowd went nuts. It was one of the biggest crowd reactions for sure.
She's very popular, and it was a great fun performance, and exactly what the show needs to have in there. Like, it is fun, it is brilliant. I clapped in the press center. I think I was the only one. There's a few people joined me after, but the crowd is what mattered because you could hear them, and she did a great performance. It's fun, good work, Paulini. I think she'll do quite well. Jaguar Jonze. Who wants to go live? Start us off on this one.
Well, there certainly is a very special something in this performance that we won't give away, but it's certainly unforgettable. And yeah, generally she did a very solid vocal performance, and when we were doing the stuff when everyone was walking out at the end, she was the name that was on a lot of people's lips as their favourite for the night. Overall, I really loved it. She gave something really special.
Yeah, I'll agree. Very special. There are certainly some moments in here that will be unforgettable. The song itself is almost in 3 parts, and I think that staging kind of followed that concept as well. It is almost in 3 parts. Big impact. She was very good vocally. It's a difficult sort of vocal towards the end. It's not your classic sort of diva high note or anything. She does undulate the vocal a lot, but very good. High impact. Probably one of the in the running there, Sean.
Yeah, I mean there's a moment, and Australians love that kind of stuff, and they think Eurovision with it. And overall, again, very solid throughout. Great camera work at the start, particularly. I think she's definitely gone right up in the running to take it out. She did win the exit poll that we did here, where we asked audience members what their favourite was. The only thing I would probably possibly say is that because she doesn't have that typical big note at the end, and it's a little bit. Maybe people might go, oh, you had that moment, but maybe I wanted that diva moment. I'm trying to think of what the public might do with it, but she's certainly, one to watch for sure. Evie, Irie, and Isaiah Firebrace were next. I quite like this. What do you think?
I like this too. They certainly got some great chemistry. The performance itself and the way it's stayed is very steady cam, so there's a lot of movement on it. It's not a sort of static camera zooming in now, so that gave it a bit of a difference as well. And Evie Irie to me is amazing, and Isaiah, they just complement each other. It works.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've got two very different vocals, but it does come together really nicely. For me, he actually lifted more for me tonight than her, which was sort of the other way around from the studio for me. He has a really big vocal moment, and it's smooth, it's lovely. He really did a really good job with it. You know, they've got some good chemistry there, and it's just good to see something different, like a duet. Like, it's our first duet at Elsa Sides, so congrats for that.
Yeah, Isaiah's vocal was impeccable tonight, probably maybe the best the entire night. So I agree with Liv. I thought she was great, and their different vocals blend a lot of the time. Maybe when they go for the really big notes, maybe it just went, hers maybe didn't blend as well with his, but it wasn't that she was bad, it was just that at that point, a bit like in Brivity, the Italian song, at times it was like, oh no, it's not quite working. But I thought it was really good, and I think juries they'll really go for it. Televote, maybe not so much, but we'll wait and see. Voyager Dreamer, the big rock number, seemed to get a good reception in the hall itself, Mike.
Yeah, look, I mean, obviously, they're a rock band, you expect a big rock stadium performance, they deliver that. There is more to it than that, though. They're definitely working the camera as well. Look, what I expected, and good, and just generally pretty good, so it certainly maintains that impact.
Yeah, I mean, they tried a few little things with different camera tricks and stuff like that to bring a bit of extra movement, because, you know, sometimes rock bands can be a bit static on stage, so they've certainly done their best to make it keep moving and stay engaging. And there were some really nice melodic moments as well, because sometimes rock just goes into a territory that, you know, it's not as melodic, right? So there's some good harmonization in there. Honestly, there was a little moment that I just went, oh my god, that was lovely. I love that so much.
Their backing guy was really good, actually. I kind of wanted him to do more. That was great. I love that too. Good, typical rock. I think very much in the audience, and I think there's going to be a massive stadium one. I think there was moments maybe they played to the stadium and not the cameras enough, just at times, but still great overall impact. So still in the running, but I probably maybe favouring a couple of the other ones. They might be a bit further down, but I think public will still come for them for sure. And finally, we finished with Jude York, and what a finish it was. Mike, can you start us off?
Yeah, I like the approach they've done with the staging. Fairly simple. There is a piano there as well. He is really impressive. He's a really impressive performer. I think just his performance aspect is what impressed me the most tonight. He is a very good vocalist, and I like the way and the theme they've got with the staging.
Yeah, I mean, the performance, the vocal, everything is very dreamy and sweet and very authentic. You can just see down the lens. He's just such a lovely and sort of whimsical kind of performance and guy. Like, there's something really special there. And personally, I think he had the best vocals of the night. There was some really tricky technical stuff that he pulled off there that was very exposed, and he absolutely nailed it. And it had a really good amount of people talking about it as we did the poll on the way out as well. So it's caught the public's attention.
I think after the jury vote, we're going to see this very high. I think when we did a music, pretend music jury during the week, he came third, and I was a bit surprised. But after that vocal was sensational. It was so good. It was so moving. It was well staged. He just seemed to be living his best life. I was worried he might not be experienced enough to like go out and smash it, but wow, that was special. It was really special.
I thought the confidence to ad lib a lot towards the end of the song as well showed that he was really in the moment and really going for it. And I thought it paid off.
Yeah, so well, we won't. I was going to make us make predictions, but I'm not. We're not going to do predictions. No, I'm sorry, we're not going to do it. I don't think we should.
Because I don't have a clue.
Yeah, I don't have a clue who's going to win.
Probably the main reason.
I think basically all that happened tonight is the field got closer. And I think there's still some great entries, and whoever wins is going to deserve this win, because there's like, Tix is playing. There's going to be 3 or 4 in the running that can actually definitely do it. So great night for the jury, and thanks for joining us. And we'll see you soon.
Enjoy the show.
See you later. Bye.